Welcome to Uncle Nick Golf. Today I'm headed to Hawaii's newest indoor golf simulator, King Swing in Aiea. Let's go. We're inside King Swing here, and this is Anand. You're the owner, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so how long has this place been open for?
About 4 months now.
Oh, it's so brand new.
Still brand new, yeah.
Okay. And then what made you decide, like, are you a golfer?
I just started about 2.5 years ago.
Oh, you got the golf bug.
Yeah, I'm addicted. I'm not very good yet, but I'm addicted, yeah.
Okay. So show me around then. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
for
just
sure.
like the tour.
Yeah, so basically we rent this whole space out by the hour. So you can bring a whole group in here, you can bring food, drinks, come hang out. We have the Golf Zone 2 Vision simulator over here. And so this is one of the best simulators that you can play on. The floor moves to match your lies. You got 5 different hitting surfaces. You got fairway, rough, bunker.
So for somebody that doesn't know much about simulators, like it simulates hitting out of the sand?
Yeah, right here. This
Crazy.
simulates sand, yeah.
Okay. And then of course you can borrow these clubs, right?
Yeah,
when you're here.
that's included in the price. You can use these. You're free to bring your own clubs as well. Once this thing loads, there's 2 different areas. There's the driving range area for practice. You can see all your numbers. You can see replays of how you're hitting the ball. So you can tweak your swing if you want to. And then we have over 250 courses you can play.
Okay.
And so most of them are in Asia, but we have about 40 US courses that you can play, like Bay Hill, Pebble Beach, a few others that are in there, like the Trump one. And so, yeah, it's pretty fun. We're open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. You can come after work.
You have to make a tee time.
You do.
Yeah.
So because we book out the whole room, you gotta reserve it.
Okay.
So you can do that online, or you can call us up.
Okay. And then usually during the early parts of the day it's pretty slower.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. So like after work and weekends are kind of like our more busier times.
Okay. That's cool. And this is the putting, I guess?
So we just put this over here kind of like as a placeholder. If things go well, we plan to put another simulator right here.
Okay.
So this is just a regular putting green to kind of
Just
practice.
mess around. Okay.
When you're playing a course, you're gonna actually do your putting right on here too.
Oh.
So when you're playing, left and right kind of like shifts your aim, like where you're aiming on the course.
Okay.
And then up and down will change which club you tell the computer. So all that does is it kind of just changes your target, so you can kind of estimate, you know, where you're hitting.
Oh, okay.
It'll make more sense once we jump in here. So, did you want to play like a few
Yeah, I'll
balls?
try it out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so you can have up to 6 individual players, or if you wanted to do like a scramble style or something, you can get more people involved. So over here you do your settings, how high you want your tee height, which tee you want to hit off of, you know, white, black, right-handed, left-handed. Here you choose which type of game. Stroke play is the normal one, but you can also do like scramble, tournament style.
Please select the course.
Here you can select your course. So we'll just pick the default one right here. So it's organized by difficulty. 1 circle is easiest, 5 is hardest in course categories and green categories. I'd say that even the easiest course on here is probably easier than the municipal courses. I mean, harder.
Harder, yeah.
Than the municipal courses, and then it just gets harder from there.
Okay.
So we'll do something medium.
Choose the plus item. You please select the course
Over
settings.
here you can do other settings, like you can set like a gimme circle for putting. I'll do about 3 feet. You can restrict mulligans, add wind, all that kind of stuff.
How far open wide is the gimme circle, you know? Some people take super generous gimmies.
You can go 10 feet, 15 feet.
that sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, so if you basically don't even want to putt,
Yeah.
you could do that too. So the cool thing about this one is all automatic tee. So the balls will come up for you.
Oh, look at that. I've never been at some place like this before.
Yeah, so it'll come up for you.
Obviously, it hits the screen and then collects the ball, and then it just like a bowling alley. I mean,
Exactly, yep.
You don't ever have to put the ball down.
Every once in a while, you might need to scoot some over. So we have a left-handed side too.
Okay.
So if you're right-handed, maybe you might just want to have to scoot these over to the right side. But then, yeah, as long as there's balls in the tray, they'll keep on coming. This first one's going to be a par 4, 386 to the hole, or 396, sorry. So over there on the top left, it shows, you can put your name if you wanted to, but I just kind of put the default for now.
Okay.
Under it, it shows how far away you are from the pin, so you're 396 from the pin. Over here is your hole map. That orange line right there is kind of like your aimer, like where you're aiming at, and that dot is an estimate of how far your drive will go based on the default lengths. So right now it's estimating 218, that's like the default
Okay.
for driver. So if you hit it straight, 218, you'll end up around there.
It's giving you like the layup spot or
Yeah.
your next shot. Okay.
One thing it doesn't take into consideration is the elevation. So this one is saying that it's actually downhill 30 feet. So I actually expect this to carry a little bit farther. So if you normally hit around like the 220 range, this may go maybe 240 or so, because it's downhill. But if you come over here to this touchscreen, let's say you hit it 250 or whatever, right? If you want to see what that looks like, you can touch over here. Okay, this is about 260. You can see about where that is on the course. Sometimes, let's say it's like a dog leg left, and you
Okay.
don't want to end up in the trees. You can like kind of see, okay, if I normally drive this way, where would I end up?
If someone books, let's say a tee time, is it in 1 hour or 2 hour blocks or how?
Yeah. So we do a 1 hour minimum, and then you can book in half an hour increments after that.
Okay. And then do you have like a party package? Like, I mean, I know you rent out the whole room anyways, but say the whole day for some reason, or
So we just have just like that flat rate of 125 an hour. So you can book 5 hours. Some people came in for like the Super Bowl, book like 6 hours.
oh, okay.
And so you can bring up to 25 people for that same price. So we don't
Okay.
change it up. So yeah, you want to swing it? Take a
Yeah,
swing at
I'll
this
try
one?
some stuff out. Okay.
How long you been golfing there?
I kind of just started during COVID because we didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I golfed before, but just like to mess around, just to hang out with my dad.
Yeah.
And then so I kind of started more during COVID time, and then I like sort of took it serious. And I only started making videos because it would be so hard to text him a video, like a 10-minute video. So I figured I'll just put it on YouTube, and then he can see it. And then it's like, oh, this is kind of fun. So I started making like YouTube videos like that.
Bunker.
Okay. So I hit it in the bunker and it automatically adjusted. Okay, let's check out their clubs here. So if I'm in the bunker, do I place the ball in the...
Yeah. So it'll kind of give you the surface. So in the white one. So if you just take this, you can just knock it off the tee. It'll always come up.
Oh,
on
so
the
it's
tee.
on the bottom where it tells you...
Yup. And then as
Okay.
long as you get that ball with the blue circle around it, that lets you know you're good to hit.
Okay.
And then that little message bubble that popped up over there, it said additional penalties will be applied based on your launch angle. Basically what that means is, let's say you hit this ball thin, you may feel like you hit it hard, like it may hit the screen hard,
Mm-hmm.
but in the simulator it knows that you have a hill right in front of you.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't got the right launch angle, it's not gonna go very far.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
you're 174 to the pin,
Out of the sand.
out of the sand.
Okay, let's try and hit a hybrid out of the sand.
So the fairway one, the ball will sit higher because it's firmer sand. This is the bunkers. This is the green side bunker. It'll sit a little lower because it's softer sand. So this one's a little bit easier to kind of pick it off the top.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I went right under it. That's pretty realistic what I would normally do.
So if you look on the top right, it'll see what happened. So you just barely towed that one. It went right.
Where does that camera come from?
So that's from this camera right here.
Oh.
And then we also have a camera up there too. So it'll take one from the top and then one from the side.
So there's just 2 cameras in this, or how many cameras are on this?
So there's actually 3. So there's one up there, there's one in here.
Okay, so this camera down here is like what
So
your contact, right?
Yup, through the impact zone. So there's one through the impact zone. This one will see from the top, so you can kind of see where your divot was, like where you hit on the mat. Was it too far back? Was it too far forward? And then this camera right here in the front will take your full frontal postural video. So, for example, like if you want to see like how you swung that one.
Oh.
See that too. And you can slow it down. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try and tweak this part of my swing. You can kind of see, okay, how's my takeaway? You know, make adjustments.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
You can really tell how bad you are at golf then, right? I mean,
you can know exactly what you need to tweak. Yeah, for sure.
And then the video, once you hit the next shot, does the video, like, is it deleted or is it still
Yeah, so
somewhere?
when you're playing on a course, those 2 in the impact zone, actually, it just shows you for that moment and then it kind of goes away. And then that one from the front, you can only just see your last shot. But if we went to the driving range, so which is a separate area in here, you can see all of your, I think maybe like the last 10.
Last 10, yeah.
Of your shots.
Because we're playing a course right now, so it's like, what good is that information really, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you get a sign in, so GolfZone has its free app. If you sign in to our practice area, you can get all your data sent to your phone, your replays and stuff.
It'll show you the video and all?
Yeah, you can have it sent to your phone.
Okay.
So that way you can go home and say, okay, I want to tweak this and change this up, you know.
I noticed when I hit it in the sand, the whole thing moved here. It simulated like what, like the lie angle, I guess, what you call it?
Yeah. So this is pretty flat, but once you get to like maybe some really hilly areas, the thing will actually shift more. And you're okay to stand on it while it moves too. So
okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's so advanced. I never did anything like this before.
Yeah. I mean, this was the best one we could find. They ship it either from the mainland or South Korea. So this is a South Korean company.
Okay.
But they have a U.S. headquarters. You just kind of look at the bottom right. It'll tell you where to put it. So like right here, just put it in the rough. So this is the rough. So you just put it in the rough and then you just hit it. Some places you gotta like mess with things. You gotta like change settings and all that stuff just to play. This one, once you play a hole, you'll get it, and then it's pretty easy from there.
It's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm 91 yards in the rough. So now I'm in the sand.
Bunker.
So one thing too that it takes some getting used to is it feels like the screen is close, and a lot of people will take like half or quarter swings when it really should be a full swing. So like if you're like 100 yards out, maybe that's like a full swing, you know, on a sand or a pitch.
Exactly what I just did.
Yeah. So over here you can also hit mulligan, so you can do those shots again if you want to just give it a shot again.
How many mulligans do you get?
So you can cap it in the settings, but I just put unlimited for now.
So technically we can shoot a perfect round.
There you go.
Okay, so let's try. So I'm in the sand. I'm in the bunker.
Rough.
Sorry, I'm in the rough. So there's 2 types. There's a short and a thick.
Yep. And it doesn't really matter which one you put it in.
Okay. So let's take a fuller shot.
There we go.
Over.
Almost there.
Rough.
Okay, so now again, that launch angle thing, it gives you that bubble again because there's a hill right in front of you, but you're only about 16 yards.
So you know how some people would, in real life, putt from this? Could I putt from it technically?
So you could. So right now it's telling you sand wedge, but if you press down on here, you can change it to putter and actually putt it. But what I found trying to do that myself is the rough and even the fairway outside of the green, it tends to really grab the ball. So like you gotta like hit it for you to putt it. So because of that, it's been really hard for me to gauge how hard I should hit it. I usually just chip it, but you can.
Oh, okay. So it tells me if I'm on the correct surface?
Yeah.
Like if I went here
So then your ready signal went away, right? So it's not seeing it. But once you put it in the right surface, it will. You'll notice that if you took this away, it actually gives you two different surfaces that you can put it on.
Okay.
So the dark one is this one, but it says you can also put it here. You can put it there, but it'll give you a 10% distance penalty if you put it on there. So to take that away, best thing to do is just put it here.
Okay. So 16 yards, I just want to... Nope.
Rough.
I see what you mean when the screen is right here, you feel like you're hitting it.
Yeah.
Because how far are we from the screen? Like 10 yards?
We're only maybe about 10 feet.
10 feet? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it usually takes like a hole or two to kind of get used to.
Okay, so now we're putting, right?
Now we're putting.
Straight into the hole. Remember, it's uphill.
So you got that caddy there telling you some stuff. So she's telling you that you just got to hit it straight. So putting, all you got to do is just hit it off of this mat. So just knock it right off of here. And then for straight putts, usually what I do is just kind of pick a lane and try to just keep it in that lane.
Yeah.
So if you hit it straight 43 feet, you'll get it in there. Now, this one's tough because it's far and it's uphill. So
when it say it's telling me to hit it straight, but like when you're looking at the screen, it's kind of going to the right, or is it just what I'm...
No, I agree with you. So yeah, those white lines, if it's shifting to the left, that's usually what it means. But if you look over here, this is the heat map on here. So the red is the high part, and then the blue is the low part. So when this is usually like perpendicular to you, usually there's not much motion to it. So, and usually if the lady says hit it straight, then so like,
Hit it straight then.
so she'll usually
Remember,
give you
it's
like some tips.
uphill.
Okay.
So yeah, I see what you're saying. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you want, maybe like to like the right edge of this.
And I just... And that's the gimme circle, right?
That's the gimme
Okay.
circle right there. Yeah, so 10 feet, slightly
Hit it
downhill,
straight away.
not even halfway up the ramp. If the ball goes past that, it'll probably be a little bit too long. Boom, there we go.
Triple bogey.
And that's pretty realistic because I normally would get a triple bogey anyways.
And that's pretty good for your first one. Like, you're still trying to figure out distances
Yeah.
and things like that. Once you get that, you'll see those numbers start to come down a little bit.
I'm on the opposite fairway now, right?
Rough.
Almost, yeah, in between. Yeah, so you're on a little bit of an uphill lie. And on this, you can actually hit trees and branches, so. Get through. Yeah, I got through.
It's so silly.
Fairway.
Over there it's telling me 99 and up here it's telling me 125.
So you're 125 from the pin. That 99 is saying to the edge of the green. So
Oh,
like
I
to the
see.
front of the green, it's 99. So as long as you get it 100, you'll be on the green. The green is actually going uphill as well. So if you hit the green in the front, it probably won't roll that much uphill.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
So red means it's like elevated.
The higher. Yep.
Okay.
So I would, hit something maybe 120, 125. It'll also not go as far as well because it's 21 feet uphill. So it's not going to carry as far as your normal 120 would.
Ready.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
It's kind of trippy when I'm standing on it
To
and
the
it's
right
moving.
side of the hole. 6 feet. Remember, it's uphill.
So it's sloping down to the left, right?
Yeah. So since this one is not a straight putt, it'll actually give you your line. So if you put this on here, and if you look down here, this red light is actually your line. So it'll move relative to the ball.
What?
So you want to aim for this
See this light. This light.
red dot.
All right, so we're putting and it's breaking down to the left. So this, can we see this dot here?
Yeah, that red light. So it's telling you to kind of take that right angle to that.
And
red light.
if we move this, say we start from here. Holy cow. I wonder if people can get really good at this, but when you're on the course, not so much. You think there's a difference in skill? I mean, more or less, golf is golf, but
So the one major difference that I would say is that the mat is more forgiving than actual ground. So let's say you hit it fat, right? Over here, this is like the warm-up driving range.
The rounder.
It has all the same functions, except it won't send it to your phone. Over here, you can change your your tee height. Over here is you change your club. Changing your club, the only main one is like driver versus everything else. Because driver, it'll look for it on the tee. Everything else, it'll look for it on the mat.
okay.
But then there's the 3 different areas. So driving range, just hit it downfield. Approach practice, you're actually aiming for the pin. And then the pin distance will change based on what club you're using. So if you go down to like a 5, 6, 7, 8 iron, it'll change. And then we also have putting. So this one is where you kind of can figure out, okay, how much do I need to give it to get that distance?
Oh, okay.
And so here you can kind of dial it in a little bit, and then you can like either get closer or move farther back. And the goal of this one, there's no slope in these greens. You just want to keep it straight. So just kind of squaring up that putter face. Yeah.
How high does it go? The tee?
I don't know, I've never gone. 2.4.
Because my dad, he makes his own tees, mostly just duct tape one tee on top of the other, so it's like super crazy high. How often do you change the rubber tee?
So we haven't so far,
Oh, okay.
but the only place on this island that has this type of setup is actually BYU Hawaii, up
Oh,
in Aiea.
yeah.
And they've had guys whack at this with an iron, and they've already had to replace it. But as long as you just use driver off of it, they can last for pretty long.
Yeah. How do you get the machine service? Say if something is damaged that you can't fix yourself.
So some of the stuff, they'll walk us through it. Some of the stuff, they can actually sign into the system remotely to kind of check different sensors and things like that.
Oh.
One thing they walked us through, like this sensor was pointing the wrong way. So they kind of helped me figure out how to point it the right direction.
Yeah.
The mats and stuff replacements, they've shown us how to do it. If anything serious has to be changed, there is a local company that they contract out to help with that. But we've had it, people have been using it for 4 months now, and we haven't had any issues. So, I mean, it's super easy. Like this kind of stuff, it's just Velcro. So it just comes like right off.
Oh.
You just switch it out.
Wait, you could switch them around then, right? Because if you're lefty, the shorter mat is on the inside.
So, because this one is actually detached more, we flipped it around, but you can actually pull this whole thing out.
Oh.
Yeah, and kind of like switch it which way. Because when we had it this way, people would use the short one more, and that one was not sticking as well, so we kind of just switched it. This one feels a little bit more like real rough too. Gee, that one looks good.
That's probably the farthest drive. It's like not even 200 yards.
So the 2 things, like so that's one of the goals that I have for myself as well. These are kind of the 2 things that I'm focusing on right here. So if we can get that launch angle down to about 12, 11, maybe even 10, that would be good. And then in order to get it 300, this head speed needs to be closer to 110. So you gotta swing it harder.
I don't think there's any possible way I can swing it that hard.
So
but the contact on the club face is good, right? Isn't that ideal? Like,
yeah, your face angle was a little bit open, so you can. This one you can look at both of your replays again. So that one actually came out pretty darn straight. And then you can look at your other one here too. So I mean that looks pretty darn good. I mean most people would be more than happy to get 200. I mean we get a lot of people out here that can barely get it to 200 consistent. So
when I see that face on view, I like feel disgusted looking at it. Like, that's what it looks. I feel good when I'm doing it, but when I'm seeing it like that, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm swaying. Let me try to stay back.
do you use a glove or you don't usually use a glove?
I usually use a glove.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's like my driving distance. The driving range I've noticed also, I mean, it's good to kind of see what your carry is, but the rollout on this is usually pretty stingy. So okay. But yeah, the launch angle is a little bit better. He does the electrical for the renovations that the shopping center is doing.
Oh.
So he's here like every day.
Is he really?
Yeah. And if he has time, he'll come and hit some ball and stuff.
You have an Instagram, like for yourself?
My personal one is just my name. Yeah, Anand Naidu.
Okay.
I can give you my card. But then yeah, our one is King Swing Sims.
Okay, I'm following that one on Instagram, yeah. That's gonna end the video today. King Swings in Aiea. They're open Monday through Saturday. Sunday is for members only. I'm gonna flash the address here and the hours of operation here. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.